Hi, and welcome to the Codependent Knitters podcast from Sarnia, Ontario. This is episode 46, and this is my friend Dawn.
And that's my friend Lisa.
And we're the Codependent Knitters. So it's been a while. We've been really busy. Dawn's been busy. I've been busy. I'm moving. So there's just all sorts of stuff going on. So yeah, but other than that, we've carved out a spot and time to podcast today.
You've been busy moving.
I know. I was shopping.
By the time you guys see this, Lisa will have moved from Sarnia.
Yeah.
But we're already used to this Zoom thing, so that's good. We can keep going. Yeah.
The only thing is I want to make sure that we maybe Zoom a little bit more often to kind of spend time together. So
exactly. Yeah. Well, we had, I won't go into a lot of detail, but I did want to share a little bit. So I was busy finishing my school, which I did finish. And then just right around that time, there were some issues with my mom back in Manitoba. So we had to make a sort of quick, necessary decision for her to move here to live with us, to care for her. So there was a lot going on with coordinating that. And then not too long after she got here, we found out that she had some much more serious health issues. So I'm just coordinating all of her medical care and taking care of her. And it's been a big adjustment more for her. I mean, we're happy to have her here. And yeah, so that's been occupying a lot of my time. But we have managed to get together a few times, Lisa and I, public, like out in fresh open air, to get together to knit. And that's been really good. So
yeah. It's been a real roller coaster for you too.
Yeah, there was a lot going on. It was very stressful in just a really, it's like perfect storm, right? All these things kind of happened around the same time, and it was
such a short amount of time.
Yeah, we had a lot to do, but we've kind of settled into just day to day now, and we just take each day as it comes. So
yeah, exactly.
It's getting better.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and I was gonna say, my shop is going to remain on sort of holiday for a while. I just don't know when I'll get back to having some time that I can designate for sewing right now. I have been knitting, and everyone says knitting is therapy, and it really is. Knitting is, comfort, and it's just, it's something, I've knit a lot of socks.
It's a lot easier to pick up your knitting and put it down than it is sewing, right?
Yeah. Well, in knitting I can hang out with my mom and knit. Sewing requires me to be, like, my sewing room is downstairs, it's just, I'm out of the way. So I don't want to be locked down there for long periods of time like I used to be able to do. So I do plan to get back to it. I'm looking forward to getting back to it, but right now that's a backseat to a lot of other more important things.
Priorities, right? We all have to choose, and so that's good though.
Yeah. So
I
think because, hey?
Where to start?
Yeah, where to start? Well, I was thinking because we've owed some giveaway prizes for a while because we have been gone for a while, right? So we did pick some winners just before we came on. One of the giveaways we were doing that we said would run until our next episode, which is now, is a Timber Yarns giveaway. So we have this gorgeous set of chocolate glazed. How do the colors look, Lisa?
Really good.
Look good? Yeah. It's inspired by the chocolate glazed donut, which you can see right there on the little stitch progress keeper. And this was generously donated to us by Heather of Timber Yarns. And if you haven't seen our last episode from back in May, we did a special interview with Heather, just to get to know more about the maker and her and her husband and her mom. And it was a really nice interview. So check that out if you haven't seen it yet. But we picked a number. Did you write it down or just me?
I didn't write it down. I think it was.
Okay. I got it. You were doing the random number generation and I made the notes. So it was number 108, who is user-friendly is her Ravelry name, and I'll put a screenshot. So get in touch with us on Ravelry or Instagram or our email, and we will get this out to you in the mail soon. So that we've been waiting to give that away.
I know.
yeah, and we also had our Love Local make along, which was supposed to run till the end of August. So you've had an extra month to work on that.
Whoops.
And we've done that for a few years now, and it's just about highlighting local yarn shops, small makers, small yarn dyers, independent pattern publishers.
I have to say that's one of my favorites.
Yeah, me too. We'll always do that one. Hey, it's a good one. So we did that, and there were lots of great entries for that. And your number generator chose number. I'm not wearing my glasses because I'm getting reflection from the light. So chose number 9, who is Shoe Knits. That's Angie. And I'll put a picture on the screen. She was doing a test knit of the Everyday Tee. So I wrote down by who, but I'll put it on the screen. So that pattern could very well be available now because it's been a while since she finished her test knit. And for you, Angie, we have this combination of Gillen yarns. And there is a skein of her Pure Decay in this natural color. And this gorgeous Surrey Silk Cloud, 74% baby Surrey alpaca, 20% mulberry silk. And the color is called Smitten Kitten. I'm getting really good color in here today. So this is bang on. It's gorgeous. So you could put these together. It's enough for like a hat or a pair of mittens probably. So Angie, get in touch with us.
And thank you very much for Gillen for donating that. That was amazing.
Yes, that is absolutely amazing. I'm going to talk more about Gillen yarn coming up in my FO. It's amazing. Okay. And then we have our 52 weeks of socks going on, and that's going to go on for 52 weeks. So we had said before we would just pick random throughout the knit along, right?
Yeah.
We had like 270 some entries. It's way up there. There's tons of socks. I haven't even looked through them all. So I have to do that. I have to get caught up in our Ravelry group and start going through and looking at all the projects. But Lisa's random number generator picked number 223, who is Linda from Australia, Lynn M. Smith. And she posted the Sweet Woodruff short socks. And it's yarn that she hand dyed herself, which is really cool. So we are going to send you, Lynn, a skein of Ginger Snap. And this is the Honeydew Sugar colorway. It's got lots of really awesome green speckles. Is that blowing out? I can't tell. It's okay?
Okay, yeah, you can see the green.
Okay. The light is changing here. So yeah. And we also still have our Robbie Laughlin knit along going.
Yeah.
And I finally started a shawl that I've been wanting to start. So I'll show that in a bit with our whips. Because I'm really liking it. It's a really gorgeous textured shawl. So check out the Robbie knit along on our Ravelry group. So yeah. I was going to make myself a coffee and I totally forgot. I have a non-made coffee upstairs. My Keurig is hot and ready. Okay. I've been talking. My voice is getting hoarse. So Lisa.
I am drinking water after last night. The neighbors, we all kind of got together last night, and yeah, it was really fun, but I was up a lot later than I normally am. But it was good time, good friends. It was nice. And we've kind of, because we all live so close together, it's kind of been, that's my bubble type of thing. So yeah, it's been good.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have, what do you want to show us for knitting?
You know what? I bought something that I fell in love with when I first saw it. Can I talk about that?
Yeah. Okay.
So I was flipping through Instagram and I came across Thread and Maple. And they have a birdhouse and it is so cute, but it's not really like a birdhouse. You don't put it outside. So here's my birdhouse. Ta-da!
Oh, it's big. It's bigger than it looked in the photo.
I know, it's nice, right? So
yeah,
that's my birdhouse. I can see you, but yeah. So anyway, it's actually for your, like a place to, oh, that's loud, sorry. It's a place to put your knitting.
And then
You put
The
your
yarn could go out the hole on the end, I guess, if you wanted.
well, without the hole on the end, but and there's a divider.
Yeah.
So what I was doing is I would have my skeins there because I was working on a sweater, but I would have the sweater outside of it.
Mm-hmm.
So, and really cool thing here is on both sides it's metallic. Like, sorry, magnetic. Yeah.
Magnetic.
Yeah, magnetic. So see how it sticks like your needle
Yeah.
there? And there's my key for my needles.
Cool.
And then on the outside, I don't have anything right now because I was getting ready to pack it. You can.
Oh, same thing.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. So that's kind of, it's here somewhere. Yeah, there it is. So yeah. So it kind of keeps all my stuff organized. But I just thought it was so sinfully cute. And they're handmade in Canada. I don't know if you see that. Isn't that pretty?
Yeah. Yeah.
And yeah, I just thought it was so cute.
It is.
Right.
It's neat.
So you put that on there and you don't see all my mess.
I need about 5 of those.
I need a whole village.
A living room full of birdhouses.
So yeah, but other than that, what else have you been up to? Do you want to do FOs?
You go first.
Okay. So I bought that Plucky from that knitting, what did she call it? She called it a knitting estate sale. Remember she was, Jody was downsizing. She was downsizing and I went and I bought this Heaven in a little ball. It was called, it's Plucky Cambridge. So it's got, I would tell you what's in it, but I don't remember because I've packed them. So I love the look of the Ramona pullover.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, oh, I'll do that in the Plucky. But unbeknownst to me, because I wasn't thinking, because I have so much on my mind, the Plucky is a bulky as opposed to a worsted, what the pattern calls for. So I just made the smallest size and it can almost stand up on its own. So given the fact that I'm moving, 5 hours north, this might be weird. So yeah, so it turned out really well. Love, love, love it. I haven't blocked it because, well, I haven't had time. But I love see the detail in the
along the raglan.
Yeah.
In the shoulder seam. Yeah.
Yeah, and I love this this ribbing. Like it's really different. I think it's kind of pretty. It gives it a little bit of different detail.
It is.
Yeah. So
yeah.
Yeah. So I love it. I would probably actually do it again because it's a nice, easy, simple, classic that you could wear in millions of colors. So yeah, but I love it. It's kind of you can't see it in this light, but you see the blue in it because it's kind of a blue and gray. But I just So thanks.
Did you say who the designer was?
It's Elizabeth Smith.
Okay.
She's Elizabeth Smith, and it's the Ramona pullover. So if you go on her blog, actually, she gives the story behind the Ramona, which is it's a really sweet story. So you should check it out on her blog, Elizabeth Smith. But yeah, so
you're all set.
No, so I'm all set. I can't block it because it was funny because I said to Adrian, I signed Adrian on the phone. I said I'm done. I said it weighs a ton though. So I actually weighed it. It is over 2 pounds 8 ounces.
You'll have to steam it. Well, you won't need, it's ready to wear. You don't have to do anything to it.
And you know what? I'll probably wear it like walking outside and whatnot because spring, fall, warm winter days, it'll be great.
You'll probably need to wear it next week after you move north.
Yeah.
It's going to get colder here too, not just where you're going.
The last time we went up, there's 10 degrees difference.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's cool.
It was 10 degrees. So
yeah.
It is what it is.
Awesome.
Do you want me to go to another one? Are you good? You want to go?
You go another one.
Okay. So I don't know whether I showed this. We couldn't remember, but I finished my blanket and it turned out amazing and huge. So I love it. It's made with superwash. So but yeah, so it just, I don't know if
it's gorgeous.
It's absolutely gorgeous. So yeah, So like that, and it's just, like I said, the thing goes on
And
and on. Sorry?
the yarn, I forget now.
Diamond Pure Superwash. So it's all,
Okay.
it's Diamond brand. So yeah, and I had a lovely friend donate the red. It's a Cascade Superwash. So yeah, but I love the way it turned out. I'm so happy with it. Oh yeah, that's
Okay, so that pattern is called,
right. That pattern. It's called Afghan and some number.
oh, okay.
Really, really old UCAN knits, spelled EWE, can knits, or you can knit, sorry. And it's really hard to find. So I'll give you the link and you can put it into the show notes down below. Because when I found it, I bought it, and it's a digital download. So I think somebody has bought the rights to it.
Okay.
It's not
Okay. Because you did have a viewer ask about the pattern. So it's not on Ravelry, but we'll share where you can find it and buy it.
There is a page on Ravelry, but you can't buy the pattern.
Okay.
So I will send you the link.
Awesome.
But
Awesome.
that's me for FOs. I have a funny story in my whips, but that's me for FOs.
Okay. I have a lot of FOs because I have a ton of socks because for a while, that's all I was just knitting socks. So should I just start with the socks and save the big project for later?
Yeah, try the socks.
I'll start with the socks. Okay. I have a pair of just vanilla sock, but the yarn is not vanilla. The yarn is awesome.
That's beautiful. What is that?
Yeah. This is Shirley Bryan yarns. And the colorway is called South 5 Feels Fine. And I think she still dyes this. It's still in her lineup, although it was in my stash for 2 years. But it's gorgeous. I think this was the first Shirley Bryan yarn I bought. Okay. Oh, other than that, no, I bought the cotton cake, but not when she had her own booth. Like that was before. Yeah. So yeah, her first indie, like hand dyed that I bought. And it's just gorgeous. It is. And I did the twisted, can you see there? That just twisted rib cuff, 2x2, and then you just twist the knit stitches I do it every 5 rows. And I usually do a 20-row cuff. And then I went back to the heel flap and gusset, and I'm liking them again. It's not that I didn't like them before. I like how they fit. I didn't want to have to, now I don't have to look up how to do it anymore because I've done a couple pairs. But I hated having to interrupt my knitting and then do the heel flap, whatever. I liked just to go and put the afterthought heel in. But in terms of fit, I do love this fit. So I just thought I'm going to do it again with this one, and I've been loving it. So I have a few pair that I did the heel flap and gusset on. So these are ready to wear. Ooh. I've had all these sitting, waiting for us to podcast, so I haven't worn any of them. And then Ryan said something about how many socks I had. So she's doing the gradient, right? Mm-hmm. The self-gradiating yarn. She's got some amazing colorways. And I think that base is called her Deconstructed Fade Sock. So this is, there's that coral peach color. Mm-hmm. And then to green to my favorite, the teal. And this colorway is called Whiskey in a Teacup.
I love the way that the heel looks in that yarn.
Yeah. Well, okay, so what happened was I didn't want to do a really long sock, right? Like this is not an ankle sock, it's a little above, but I wanted to get to this gorgeous teal color. So right around the heel flap, I think. Anyway, there were 3 spots where I actually pulled out a bunch and cut it before it got too drastic. But because of the heel flap, it looks like it's drastic right here, but I didn't cut there. It's just because I went down this way for a bit, and that's just where the color naturally changed. So I did take out some bits, I think in 3 spots. And what I did is, when I did it for the first one, for the first sock, I put a marker where I cut out some of the yarn, and then I weighed the little mini ball that I took out of the skein before I started again. So then when I did the second sock, I did them in the same spots.
Good
So I
call.
still have fairly matchy socks, right? Because I cut them in pretty much the same spot. So it's just, if you do the full sock, you'll get, you know, all the colors. But I wanted to really get to this teal. So I did that. Gorgeous. And I did the same cuff, the 2x2. This is beautiful. It's beautiful yarn. The colors are beautiful. Oh, I'm so happy they're done. Got another pair to wear. So 2 pairs of Shirley Bryan. And I dropped one, so hang on. I also just finished. It's a new pattern out just a few weeks ago, middle of September, I think, by Hey Brownberry, Marceline Smith. And it's her now and next sock. So it's just got some texture down half of the front. So if I was to put it on my foot, you can see that. And it's kind of neat because it does, the yarn does look like, it's neat to see what the color does, like on a speckled yarn, right? So I really enjoyed this. I did the heel flap and gusset on this. Oh, this is my first stocking stitch heel. It's not the slip stitch heel. So it's just straight stocking stitch all the way down. So that was kind of nice because I didn't have to worry about slipping and knitting, but really enjoyed this. I actually would do this again, just to give a little bit of interest to a speckled yarn or a plain one, whatever. Because sometimes with speckled yarns, you can't do too much pattern because you'll just lose it, right? You can't do like heavy cables, that kind of thing. So this is a really great pattern for, I think, any kind of yarn. So those are done. And I can, oh, my Leo and Roxy socks. So the Leo, Carrie and Jolynn put out a special Leo and Roxy anniversary set, which was a work sock style kit. And they have this, this is marled already. Lisa's got hers on the go. And then I actually ordered, it came, the kit I ordered had a dark green. I don't know if it's the spruce color, but the dark green, just because I don't have any green. So I thought if I ever want to use it for a heel and toe and something else, I can, or a toe for something. It's a small one. But I ordered a full cake of Teal Me a Secret. I'm going to grab that 1 second. So I ordered a full cake of Teal Me a Secret. Teal You a Secret.
Okay.
And it's gorgeous.
It's a gorgeous color.
Yeah. So I just wound off like a, I don't know how much, 10, 15 gram little ball. And I did 2 stripes at the top, 2 at the bottom, and I completely followed their pattern. So it is a 3x1. You can't really tell in the marl, but if I do this, it's a 3x1 rib. Mm-hmm. And then the heel is really neat because it's got kind of a, there, you can see it there. Almost looks like a diamond. I don't know if that's Eye of Partridge or what it is, but it's just something different.
Yeah.
And the pattern came with the kit. So I bought the kit and then got the pattern for the sock. And you're seeing those everywhere. Oh, and they now carry the marl just on its own, right, Lisa? Lisa might have picked some up. Do you have it with you right there? Oh my goodness.
I got a sweater quantity.
Nice. fingering weight, right?
Yep. It's gorgeous.
I still have.
Oh, I love it.
I still have enough. I could do another pair.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I hear you. I think what I might do is if I have enough, I might put it aside and maybe make fingerless mitts for my daughter.
Oh, good idea. Yeah. So these were a huge success, these kits. Oh. Like I think they sold out a few times.
Yeah.
There were some in stock a few days ago, the sock kits.
There was some in stock, yes.
At the store.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, those are fun. Oh, and that pattern, did I write down who wrote the pattern? Anniversary socks. Yes, I have it here. The pattern was written by Pamela Graham for them, for Leo and Roxy Yarn Co. So there is a little pattern that comes with the kit. So awesome. What else have I got? Okay, these. I can't read my writing. These are the What Lies Within socks by Naomi Buchanan. And they're cables all the way. This is my little, it's too small. It's a foot, like a fake foot, right? But it's too small for my foot, so the heel kind of half hangs off. What?
I thought you were actually putting your foot up there. I was like, holy cow, good for you, girl.
What I can do. Woo, woo. What Lies Within by Naomi Buchanan. And the yarn is Midknit Cravings, Alstroemeria, which I bought at the Woolen Silk Company, Woolen Silk Co. in Shelburne. And she still carries Midknit Cravings. I think Midknit Cravings closed their own online shop, but you can still get them in yarn shops. They are carried in some of the stockists. So this is a beautiful, I don't know how these colors, it's like a beautiful purple. It's gorgeous, 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 gorgeous.
Is there olive in there too?
There's a little bit of a, yeah, like green. It's like, because it's a flower, right?
Mm-hmm.
Alstroemeria. I know what they look like. They're really pretty. You often see them in bouquets from florists. So got those to wear. Finally blocked. And then the most fun I've had in a while, I ordered Christmas Tree from Timber Yarns. So she had Christmas in July, and every week in July she put out a different Christmas colorway. And I think some, if not all of them, are still available. So that was hard. There were a lot that I really liked. But I ordered Christmas Tree because it was nice and fun. And I don't have the other skein here. I think I had to go into both skeins because I wanted, or did I? Yeah, I had to go into the second skein. But I decided to do something different and have some fun with these. So it's nice bright colors, but every so many stripes, I decided to do a little color work. Isn't that fun?
That's awesome.
I thought, you know what? They're already loud and crazy, like all kinds of colors, Christmas socks. And then the other sock, the stripes are in a different, I actually did it in reverse order. And so the color work is in a different spot, totally different color work. So they're just super fun.
Those are awesome.
Yeah. And for color work ideas, if you download the Advent Socks 2019 by Natalie Sheldon, Remembrances Pottery, it's a free pattern on Ravelry that she put out last year. And there's a whole bunch of charts for different types of color work. Most of them are for 6 rows, I think, or more. So I used it for inspiration to find, motifs that I could use, because the full patterns, these stripes aren't deep enough for some of them. Mm-hmm. But I kind of went through and picked parts of some of the charts that I could use in a narrower stripe. And with the color work, I actually got a good 5 rows in each stripe, because I'm not using, right? You're using a little less yarn. So my stripes got a little bigger, but it's super fun. So I had so much fun knitting these. My color work tension was great. I actually did these on DPNs. And I did them the way Arna and Carlos taught us. I didn't do it 2 fingers. I did it where you just drop the other one, pick it up, and my tension was really good. Good. So I love these. I had ordered this blue. It might be called bright blue. I'd ordered the blue to go with, like, to use for heels and toes. So you can see them there before I decided to do the color work. So with the heel flap and gusset, you can do a separate color, but just only do it for the flap and the turn. And then when you pick up stitches for the gusset, you just go back wherever you just drop your regular yarn, don't cut it, and then just go from there. So still fun and easy. I love those. I love those. That's it for socks. That was a lot. I think I had 6 pairs of finished socks. Totally crazy. Do you have anything else? You have no other FOs?
No.
Okay.
No.
I do.
You talk about
finally.
That one's pretty.
Yeah. I finally finished my Ranunculus. sweater. I'm going to put it on. I just wanted to show it and talk about it first. So I'll just show you here. It's so gorgeous. I did do a ribbed hem. I think I did 14 rows of ribbing. I wrote it in my project notes. And I decided, sorry?
Is it twisted?
Yes, twisted rib. And I decided to do the same thing for the cuff. And I love it. I wasn't sure about having a ribbed cuff, but you know what? When I did the ribbing, I kept going with the same needle size so that it wouldn't suck in too much. And it's not even steamed or blocked yet. And like, if you look at it, it actually hangs, am I showing enough of it? Fairly straight. So, because I didn't want it to suck in at the bottom, right? So I am going to give it probably just a steam and just give it a bit more of a stretch out. And then, this yarn is Gillen Pure DK, and the colorway is Pour Some Sugar. I used 5 skeins, and I made this is kind of a crop sweater, right? So I made it long on me. It comes like normal sweater length. I think my back of my neck to the hem is 26 inches. And I figured I had enough yardage according to the pattern specs. But I was also, you know, I don't know if it called for DK, like I just was winging it. So I had 5 skeins and I ordered 2 more from her because I thought, oh, what if I decide to make it longer and I'm just run out? So because I ordered them like, you know, almost a year after I bought the first 5, they are a little different. There's a bit more like where there's the goldy speckles. The 2 skeins, the backup skeins I ordered they're a little darker. So I would have just used them at the hem if I needed them, but I actually didn't need to go in them at all. So that was fine. So now I have 2 more skeins of this. That might be mittens, hat, I don't know, something warm. I can make a cowl. I've got 2 skeins of DK. So this is my favorite of all the sweaters I've knit, all 3. And I'm calling it my blankie sweater because Lisa felt this. I saw her on Friday and I had it done and I took it. It is non-superwash and it is the softest, like it's softer than some of the superwash I have. It's amazing yarn. So if you don't want superwash, if you don't like scratchy yarn, you don't have to be afraid of this yarn. It's just like a big cozy blanket. And you can see, I don't know if you can, it's even got a little bit of halo to it. And that hasn't even been washed yet. So just from me like as I was handling it and knitting it and moving it around, and it's just amazing. I just love it. I think I had the written pattern because I was writing notes on it and I can't find it because I had to move my office downstairs. So I'm in a totally different setup here. And I don't know where it is, but I think I did on the second document with the larger sizes. I think I did the second of the larger sizes and I can't remember now which one that was, but she gives you a range and I think I picked the second one because there's like a ginormous amount of ease in this pattern. So I'm going to just pause, Lisa, and I'm going to put it on now so I can wear it for the rest of the show. Okay. Oh, I love it. Yeah. It's just beautiful. Pour Some Sugar. It's got like rosy pinks and kind of rose gold.
It's along the rose gold colors, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Just very, very blush. Someone said it's like a pink camo. And I did the helical method of alternating skeins on the sleeves as well. So I started it after the ribbing or what's this called? After the yoke, like after the lace. Because I didn't want to worry about that in this so right after that. And I did it all throughout and it didn't pool, it didn't flash. It's just beautifully distributed.
That's good.
Love it, love it, love it. It's so cozy. So that's my big FO. Yay. 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 That's it for FOs.
Yeah. So I did a sweater and it was from the Gainer yarn that we got at Woodstock. And it's a funny story behind the sweater. So I basically knit from here because it's top down to here. And then I wanted to put it on the longer, that's it. On the longer, what do you call it? The longer cord. And
Yeah.
somehow, because I needed an extra needle, somehow I ended up with smaller needles. So my gauge was off from here down, and I didn't like it. So I ripped it out and I knit it again. And then I finished the body and I tried it on, and I didn't like the size I chose. So I'll rip it out again, and I'm going to start it when I get settled. So
Okay. What sweater were you knitting?
It's called Swan. It's by Isabel Kramer. It's kind of a dolman, but I need to do it in a bigger size, I think. And I think I might do it in a looser gauge because my gauge is short.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't usually make that much of a difference, but the in the pattern, it's got a long sleeve, like long increases. So,
Armhole.
yeah, like the raglans go on for a longer bit of time. So so you get the dolman look. So
Yeah.
I wasn't happy with it. And you know me, if I'm not happy with it, I would rather rip it out and make it into something that I'll wear than finish it and just let it sit on a counter table or something.
You want to wear it. Absolutely.
Yeah, especially something
was it this dark gray?
stone cold or something. Stone.
Okay. So I thought I had the same one as you if you ran out. I don't. Mine is Sleepy Sheepdog. It's the Rambouillet though.
Yeah, mine is the stone cold or stone something. Yeah, might be a bit darker than that, but it's beautiful.
This is amazing. Like for a non-superwash, like 100% Rambouillet. I would totally wear a sweater out of this. And I'm the most.
I can tell you, I tried it on. It feels amazing. Just didn't look so hot. And that had nothing to do with the yarn. So, right, yeah. That's all.
So, and your socks, you're doing the Leo and Roxy socks.
I bought the hot pink. I thought they were cute. And I did a wider stripe. I know it's kind of neat to see what people do with the stripe, because some people do two, like yourself. Some people do one. Some people have actually done color work. And some people have done one stripe. So it's kind of neat to see with the same.
Yeah, you could totally make it your own.
With the marl that I bought, this stuff, I actually have a skein of white. So I might do the work sock, do a, what's it called, weekender. And you know how it's got the ribbing up here? I might do the ribbing in the work sock stripes. So, or something like that.
Yeah. Even just the plain natural color would be gorgeous too with the marled.
Yeah. So
yeah, cool.
We'll see.
Any other whips? No. I'm just going to quickly show. I have a few, but I'm not showing them all because some are just more socks. But I did cast on. We were doing the Robbie make along, so I did cast on Granular, which is a textured shawl.
That's pretty.
Mm-hmm. And this is in the architecture, architecture, shape and structure, architecture, shape and surface pattern book by Robbie Laughlin. And it's neat because I'm almost done. Oops, I dropped some stitches. Let me put them back on. I'm almost done the first half. It's triangular. Okay. But you change direction. So I'm almost done the first half, and then I think I pick up along one side and go the other way, which is really, I haven't done that before. So that's going to be fun. And just what's more cozy in the fall than just a nice textured worsted weight shawl, right? Or sweater, but yeah, or blanket. So I'm knitting this. I'm knitting this.
I love that texture. It's beautiful.
It's like 6 rows, and there's a couple of different sections that you repeat with stocking stitch in the middle. Mm-hmm. So it's just 6 rows of each section, and it's going really fast. And I'm knitting it in Estelle Alpaca Merino worsted.
Nice.
In just a gray, this color gray. Oh, they don't have names. It's color 525 because I think they have at least 3 grays in this yarn. So it's color 525. I got it from Heaven is Handmade here in Sarnia. They actually ordered in, they didn't have enough in a medium gray. They had a different gray, but they were putting an order in anyways when I was in there in July. So they ordered it in for me, and so I'd have all the same dye locks. So I had to wait a little bit to start it, but I think it's 60/40. 60% alpaca, 40% merino. So, you know, alpaca is like just a dream, right? It's so soft.
Did you decide what your next sweater is going to be?
Yeah, yes. Oh, I had a short list of about 10 different patterns that I liked. And I knew I wanted to use my ginger snap, no, it's not DK, it's worsted, the Luxe worsted that I bought when we had the ginger snap pop-up show last year. And it's a like ombre look, right? So I've got, this one is Griffin. This is Deco. And this is Magpie. Look at these are like exactly, they're so rich. Mm-hmm. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So this is going to be at the top, the Griffin. And I swatched 2 different needle sizes. Actually, I did 3 because the first time I thought I was grabbing the 4.0 millimeter tips and the 4.5s were in the 4 millimeter slot. I didn't notice. I knit the whole swatch and thought, this is really loose for worsted. So yeah, so then I redid it on a 4 millimeter and I was bang on pattern gauge for the pattern I decided. So being a superwash, I thought, you know what, it's probably going to grow. So I did another swatch. I tore out the first one on that was too big and I did another swatch on 3.75 or did I do 3.5? I can't remember, but it's on a smaller needle. So I just wet them both and not block them because I don't want to stretch them. I just laid them out and I was checking the gauge again. And I think the smaller needle will be perfect because it did grow. I did get an extra 2 stitches, I think, on the larger one. So the smaller one will be perfect. Just means like I got to knit it on a smaller needle, which will feel like it's taking a lot longer. But I decided,
you know what?
I have to call it up.
It's going to feel like it's going to take longer after that ranunculus.
Yeah.
Because that's a huge gauge, isn't it?
Oh, it took me a long time because I put it down when I got to where I wanted to do sleeve increase or decreases. So I had to figure out, you know, how I was going to do the decreases and I had just set it aside and not picked it up again. And then once I did, it was like, I did it over like 4 or 5 days. I think I finished both sleeves. What was the name of the pattern that I liked? Do you remember? Lytton? No.
Lilith.
I'm going to look it up because this is the one I think I'm going with and my swatch is on gauge. So it is called Lilith by Thea Coleman. And it's got a really beautiful design around the neck. Just like gorgeous.
Like a braid, isn't it?
Here, if I can show this picture. If it will show. Yeah. There you go. So I think that's really interesting. And it'll just, the rest is going to be just plain, right? And then I did see in some of the projects, there were a few people that did ribbing at the bottom, but they repeated that braid before the ribbing. It looks stunning. So I thought, okay, if I get to this dark color at the bottom and then set it off with that braid and then, right, that might look really good.
That looks really good.
So we'll see. We'll see.
The cuffs too.
What's that?
Even if you did the braid on the cuffs when you got to the...
I think there was someone who did that too, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I am going to do long sleeve. I have enough yarn. So I'm so excited. So my swatches, now that I know what needle size I'm going to use, I'm going to go ahead and cast that on. I'm so excited for that. I just have a few acquisitions. You showed your Leo and Roxy Marl. Did you pick up anything else? Yeah, you did. What did you pick up?
I got their cotton and wool, and it's in a smoke color.
Nice.
Because when they had this show, my hair is white, so a lot of creams and tans don't look good on me. And they had all the colors they had were more of a natural, so they had like a brown tone, and it just didn't look good on me. So I went in and I saw this and I grabbed all of them.
That's beautiful.
Mm-hmm. So
they have a new purple shade. So when I bought it, I bought amethyst, and now they have eggplant. You know I'll like it. I haven't seen it in person yet. I've only seen it in photos.
Well, I was talking to the girls, and there was a shelving unit because we were in the back, and it had all the Leo and Roxy there, and I was kind of, I like those. And they had, yeah, I saw it. It's nice.
Yeah. So you got a sweater quantity? Yeah, cool.
And I bought one in a natural color in case I decide to do a colorwork sweater.
Also from Little Red Mitten, I was watching Carrie and Jolene on their Little Red Mitten podcast recently, and they mentioned that they have Malabrigo washted in the store, which I love because I did my, what was the name of the shawl? My Gala shawl in, I think the color was English Rose in the washted, and it's just beautiful. So the washted is a 1-ply super wash worsted weight, and it's just beautiful. So I went immediately online and looked at the colors they had, and I bought a sweater quantity. Well, I bought 8 skeins, which, yeah, is definitely a sweater quantity, in the color 722 Fortaleza. I don't know how to pronounce that. I'll show you the tag. Fortaleza. And it looked a lot less reddish, like there were, you know, on the screen, more like this skein. But you know, Malabrigo, right? You get all kinds. So it's just, oh, look at this. There's some little bit of green in there, magenta. It's so rich.
It reminds me of their anniversarial.
Yeah, not as bright. Anniversario is a little brighter. And sometimes with Anniversario, you can get some real bright, like oranges and golds and stuff in it. But yeah, it's very multicolored. Like this game has a lot more green and then some lighter spots. So I'll definitely have to do helical method when I do that in a sweater. And then I finally ordered my first ever sock top kit from the Grocery Girls. So they do them periodically where they'll pick a dyer and they'll give them, I know in the past they've given them an inspiration and then the dyer dyes something up and you get like a little kit with some little goodies. So they posted on Instagram that they had a kit with Leo and Roxy, and how could I pass that up, especially when it's like an exclusive colorway that I can't get otherwise. So, because that's, you know, that's my trigger. Yeah, gotta have it. Might sell out and then I'll never have a chance again. So this is the color. And it's called Suns Out, Guns Out. I love it. So very bright and summery. And then there comes with 2 mini skeins in this really rich red and this gorgeous orangey gold. Isn't that beautiful with the blue in there? So I got the yarn. It comes in a bag. And there is a measuring tape because I could have 100 of these and never find one when I need it. And then there's a whole bunch of little goodies. There's a little sock top pin.
Cool.
Am I going too fast?
No.
There's 3 little progress keepers. Socks and the Grocery Girls logo and one that says sock top. And then this is just the neatest thing. It's a needle gauge just for sock size needles. Right? So you don't have to have the great big needle gauge. And it's got a really cool, the little clip. I call it a dog leash clip, but you know, the little clip here. So I could just clip it onto my bag. And I love that. That's just adorable. So I got all these little goodies and the Leo and Roxy yarn. As soon as I saw it online, I was like, oh, I gotta have that. So I haven't cast that on yet. I don't know what I'm gonna do with those just yet, but I will cast that on because it's so much fun. And, oh, one more. It's not that I set out, you know, to buy things, but then they just pop up and I have to have them. So Timber Yarns, Heather, did some Halloween colors.
Oh,
and well, I didn't order it. I told her I loved them, and she sent me. Well, I told her I wanted one of them, and she went ahead and sent me. So she did just a black and white, which is called Wicked Stockings. And then I think she did a set where you get all the different, like the purple, the lime green, the orange, and hot pink. So you can use them however you want, right? You could add stripes where you want, or heels and toes, or whatever. But she sent it to me with Aruba, because, you know, I love this blue. But I think I'm gonna actually order the purple and the green from her and do like Halloweeny socks, because this reminds me a lot of our codependent knitters. But I just really loved, I didn't want all 4 of the colors, but I think I'll just order the minis of the other ones. But isn't that great? And then she did a few others where the stripes were already dyed. So it was black and green, and then one was black and purple. But I love the black and white with all the little minis as a set. I thought that was brilliant, because you can just totally customize it however you want. You can make your stripes whatever size you want, right? Yeah, you could do a black and white bullseye. That'd be fun. So
yeah, I don't think that one. I just, you know what?
I know.
I'm packing.
Yeah. I know. I don't need more sock yarn, but sock yarn. Sock yarn happens. And then I ordered a book. I saw it on, well, okay. Lisa has this book, and I knew she had this book, but for some reason, I thought you had it in like the original, which was Norwegian, right?
Yeah.
Well, I think it's because, does Heaven is Handmade have it in the original Norwegian? I saw it somewhere in Norwegian, and I had in my head.
One of the girls, Caitlin from Heaven is Handmade has it in Norwegian.
Okay.
And
I had it in my head.
Yeah.
Well, I had it in my head that you had it in Norwegian as well.
Yeah.
So I ordered it thinking, I got it in English. So does Lisa.
It was just funny.
But
what happened was I went to order it because I didn't care whether it was English or Norwegian, but they stopped getting it. So I texted them, and I was like, well, I emailed them, and I said, well, what's going on? They said they're coming with an English one. So I basically paid for it before they even got the shipment, and I got it from Schoolhouse Press. And so
okay.
I was one of the first ones out. So yeah, it was kind of funny because I'm sitting there and you sent me a picture and you're like, look, it's in English. And I'm like, what? So it's kind of funny. But yeah.
Well, yeah, it was good that I ordered this because you're moving your copy 5 hours away from me. So I need my own copy.
It is so beautiful. It is such a gorgeous, gorgeous book.
It is. It is just amazing because it explains the mitten construction and all the different parts. And then it just has pages and pages of the charts. So you could customize it yourself. You just pick, okay, I need this, I need a design for up the side of the hand. I need a design for the thumb. And you can just pick and choose.
It is.
Now, picking and choose, that's going to be the hard part for me.
A beautiful book.
Did you see the moose? There's a moose, Lisa.
It's cool, eh? We'll have to, I think we'll have to get cones of holes to make mittens with.
Well, I've got some Jameson.
Yeah.
That I bought for color work. But I was thinking, once you get settled in your new place, why don't we do this winter? Why don't we do a color work mitten knit along?
That would be cool, yeah.
Because then it'll make me do it, because I'm a little intimidated still. I don't know if I'll use a pattern from this book or if I'll actually get a pattern that, like I've got a whole bunch favorited on Ravelry.
Yeah,
Skein Deer has a lot.
Cool.
Just for my first one.
And they have a couple of ones. One, I think it's her, I'm not sure, but it's got a deer on it with the antlers, just the deer head. And then I bought one from Arno and Carlos, and it's just the half of the snowflake on your hand.
Oh, nice.
So if you go like that, you end up with a full snowflake. It's beautiful. So yeah. Oh, I could be talking to mittens. That's a good plan.
Well, I've been wanting to do some, and now I have this book, and there are a bunch of people doing them right now. And so I'm seeing, a bunch of people, some of our knitting friends in London are doing them. So I'm just kind of inspired now to give it a shot, right? I think I will. So I think we should do a knit along in a few months. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
We should do an accessories knit along, don't we?
Oh, did we do that? We did one last winter, yeah. We could do that.
So we could do that one and still do the color work separately.
We could. We won't start any new ones today. I think we'll let the 52 weeks of socks keep going, and we'll let the Robbie knit along go because I hope I've inspired people to try that shawl.
Mm-hmm.
the Granular shawl, because it's actually quite memorable. Like it's not complex. The different sections that he did are
it's kind of the way I see it. It seems meditative because they're short row repeats, right? So it's kind of getting the swing of things and off you go.
Yeah, and you get that break with the stocking stitch section in each one. So what'll be interesting is when I have to then go the other direction. That'll be fun. But it just looks beautiful, and yeah, I'm really looking forward to work. I was picking it up and working on it last night, and I'm gonna keep working on it.
Good.
Yeah.
I probably won't do anything new until I get settled.
Yeah. Well, you've got socks on the go, and you're gonna be busy in the next few days. Maybe this whole COVID thing was good, because maybe the only good thing about it is that I've kind of adjusted to not seeing you in person as often. Because it's going to be hard when you move. So this way it's like, well, it'll be like just normal. Look, we're Zooming and we'll Zoom. And when it's safe to come visit, I'm going to come visit.
Yes, definitely. The other thing is, I think that we should maybe make more of a effort to Zoom, because I won't be able to meet up at the bridge or whatnot. So
for sure. You know what we should do, Lisa? We should have like a Zoom party. Like we should invite some of our viewers to join us.
That would be fun.
We'll make plans about that, and we'll have to try that. I know a lot of people have been doing it, and I think it would be fun. Yeah. Okay.
All right, cool.
All right.
Well,
that's it for you? That's it for me? I think I have a few more entries in the Ravelry group. We asked people to email us or put your FOs in the Ravelry group. There's a thread called Show Your FOs. And then we slap a few of those into the slideshow at the end of our episode. Okay, so if you want to stick around and see some photos, and not just ours, if you want to see some viewer projects, then that's cool too. We'll be starting that just when we wrap it up here. And other than that, hopefully it won't be another 3 months. We'll have to do this a little more frequently.
Yes, definitely.
Okay. I think that's it. Thanks for coming. Thanks for watching us.
All right. Happy knitting. Take care.
Do you want to do that?
I can't go cross-eyed.
What's that?
I can't go cross-eyed unless I use my finger.
You can't cross your eyes? Like this. Oh, it hurts. Makes me dizzy.
I can only do one. It's weird.
I can do one. Kinda.
Like this is me trying to go cross-eyed.
Why are you trying to go cross-eyed?
I don't know.